are so many bliss codes right now available to us if you are tuning into it, right? Like so much love radiating. So for those of us that are embodying this energy and that have been taking the time to get our physical vessels aligned and nourishing our souls and listening, we are getting waves of bliss and love, higher levels of love, like in miracle state right now. You feeling it?
Childlike bliss merged with the wisdom of experience.
Yes.
It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing.
And
I've been riding so many bliss waves. I've been like high for 3 weeks. For real, that's been my default state for like 3 weeks. Of course, like little things have come up here or there, but it's been so minute compared to the bliss. And I've been so mindful and aware of all my thoughts that even when a little fear or anxiety comes up, I let it go or address it, and then I'm back to that bliss state. Because these higher frequencies are coming through, and it really is like bliss codes.
Yeah.
I love that.
I can't even talk because I feel it right now. We've reached a new level of pure loving awareness, right? Like we're really becoming the observer to our thoughts and seeing what's not in alignment and really just like letting it go. And at this point, the more light we're holding, the more our DNA is activated, we can really live in that God and Goddess essence. And it's miraculous. But we know that so many of you have not gotten to that place right now, that you're really struggling with the energies and the frequencies and the light codes coming in, because it is rattling everything that is not in alignment. So we have some tips for you today on how to really embody the bliss and the light, and to do this in a joyful way where you're not going into anxiety, depression, lack, and just going down a downward spiral.
Yeah, or falling back into old unhelpful patterns.
And that's coming up right now. You know, we have those choice points. So we see our patterns, we observe our patterns, and we have a choice whether we're going to go down that same path or if we're going to make a higher choice. And these choices aren't going to be around shame or guilt or people pleasing. It's going to be on what's expansive for you as a being here having a human experience. Okay, so the more that you choose from people pleasing or guilt or shame or fear, the more resistance you're going to create and the more pain and struggle you will create in this process, because this is about your experience right now. This is about you creating your heaven here on earth.
Yeah.
Right? And so it all starts within. So the tips that we want to share with you is to create a beautiful landscape inside where your cells feel illuminated, your cells feel alive. It's like rainbows bursting within you that are just radiating out. It's that, God.
Yeah, the surfing analogy keeps coming up. It's like no matter which way you look at it, if you look at it as like light codes coming in from the great central sun or from our sun, or it's an internal process, or it's just a natural thing that everyone goes through in their lifetime where you're invited to step into higher levels of being. No matter which way you look at it, it happens. We're all invited to step into these higher levels throughout our life. And these come in powerful waves sometimes. And if you're prepared and you're mindful, you can surf these waves joyfully. It becomes a fun experience. And if you're not prepared and mindful, then you get pummeled. And that's not fun. So what we're sharing here, everything will help you surf these energetic waves and enjoy it instead of getting pummeled by it.
Exactly. And for us to have gotten to this point where we're actually surfing these waves and we're learning how to ride the energy, we took a time out for a while. We've been in solitude for like the last 6 months, really.
And that comes in waves too.
Yeah.
That comes in waves. Like, I've gone through periods of intense like solitude and reflection throughout my life, throughout the last 10 years. And then other points, I'm being called to do more like expression and be with people more and be in the world more. So everything ebbs and flows, and it behooves you to pay attention to it, because that puts you in harmony with just how things are going. You got to feel into the process and act according to that inner compass.
Exactly. So you're taking inspired action and you're flowing versus forcing something, thinking that you have to do, you have to show up, you have to give, you have to serve. It's important to listen when you need to reflect and give yourself self-love and integrate and remodel this whole being. You know, if you really think about it and you reflect on your whole life, how many different people have you been? How in this one lifetime, like think about it. Go through your pictures, even on your Facebook or your Instagram accounts or just photo albums, and look at how many different beings you have been in this lifetime. We're constantly evolving, we're constantly transforming.
Yeah, that's why I haven't even been looking at nouns, people, places, or things as a fixed noun. Like, nouns are a lie. If you really think about it, we are verbs. Everything is a verb. It's a flowing. Everything is in constant, perpetual change. So to even label anything or ourselves as this fixed thing, it's contrary to the nature of existence, because we are a life stream. Not really like a fixed thing, but more of a stream, because we're always changing and evolving. So when you view things that way, you allow yourself to change and evolve without trying to stick yourself to old patterns. You know, it's like you're trying to be a rock when you're really a stream. Yeah. It's always evolving and flowing.
So the tips that we want to give, which we keep because we get on tangents sometimes, is all about illuminating from the inside out. And so food and nutrition right now is so important, and how much water you're drinking.
High quality water.
High quality water. And if you don't have access to high quality water, you can bless the water that you're drinking and make sure that your body is uptaking the highest qualities of that water, right? So what we've been doing is we've been doing a lot of intermittent fasting and fasting 24 hours. Yeah. 1 day a week. Cleansing. Nutritional cleansing. Like, we're not just drinking water or starving ourselves. We actually started this product that we never thought we were going to do, which was Isogenics, because a friend of mine introduced us to it, and we've been loving it, and we've been doing their shakes as well, and their telomere support system. So we've been on, oh my gosh, these products have actually transformed us, but we can share more about that on a whole nother level. But the nutrition is so important right now. Okay? And so is how you're keeping your home, your living space, the cleanliness. Declutter. Throw out the things that you don't need. Throw out the things from the past that are no longer serving you, and keep the space clear and vibrant and clean. Yep. Another thing is crystals. We just actually added this beautiful baby, this big piece of blue kyanite. We Dawn Hollett to She to Heaven, love her so much. She has the most amazing crystals, and her store is just such a beautiful vibration. So listen to what kind of crystals that you need to bring into your home. New plants, right? These are things that we are doing to create a heavenly space for
even
us.
Pieces of art too. Beautiful pieces of art. Music. Playing really feel good, with high mantras, vibrational music, mantra music. Where the mantras are just gonna flow around your space and into your vessel and just open your heart, and the chanting that comes along with that. Yep. And essential oil diffusers, which I've gotten into recently, that makes your home, your space feel a lot better. Yes, and good sleep. Trying to get good sleep, and I know that is a challenge for so many, because I have that. When I get surged with so much energy, I have a hard time sleeping, especially because I am a lucid
dreamer, and dream time is where I do so much of my work that poor Steven, I'm always waking him up. I'm like, oh my God, I just had this dream. But dream time is really, really healing right now. So many of us are doing so much work. So really treat that space as sacred right now, because those dreams and the work that you're doing in those dreams, you're creating so much space inside because you're clearing on a mass level.
Yeah. Quick tips.
Yes.
Have a nighttime routine to teach your body that, okay, it's time to wind down. So when you do your nighttime routine, whether it's drinking tea or whatever, you're sending the cue to your body like, all right, time to wind down. And then you can even do things like have a mantra where you allow your body to relax and go into sleep. Like you could go throughout your whole body telling each part of your body to rest. So you can do a practice like that to help your mind relax and help your body relax even more to get the most out of that sleep time.
So making sure that you get off electronics, like
that's key. That's
early.
Part of the nighttime routine.
Yes, and cause
like 8 o'clock cut off.
Yeah, and unplug the Wi-Fi.
Yep.
And no cellular devices in your bedroom whatsoever.
Yep.
Yeah, so we we leave everything in the kitchen, we unplug the Wi-Fi, and it's just time for us to wind. We also are using this spray. It's this herbal blend spray that has melatonin in it and stuff like that.
The valerian too.
Yeah, it has
something else.
Yeah, well we can attach links to that if any of you guys are curious with some of the products that we're using that are really helping.
It helps.
Yeah. So and it tastes good too. It's like spearmint.
So what other practices to allow us to integrate and embody these higher frequencies and embody your higher self?
Communicating with your cells and your DNA on a daily basis. So we were talking about the tips for transforming the inner landscape. Well, that is your whole cellular network, okay? Because we're made up of trillions of cells. So we want to communicate with those cells daily. We want to love them. We want to nourish them. We want to work holistically with every system of our physical being, because that connects us on an emotional, mental, and spiritual level.
Yep.
So communicating with your cells and your DNA, because that DNA is actually the bridge to all aspects of yourself.
The rainbow bridge. DNA is a multi-dimensional transmitter-receiver.
Right. So when we talk about different aspects of self, as we evolve through different stages of life, we tune into different aspects. It's kind of like going into your closet and you're like, okay, well, I like this outfit. I like this outfit. I like this outfit. Well, I'm going to put on a different suit for this couple of years and work with these energies. It's like we get to play different roles throughout different stages of our life.
Or like playing a video game. Like when you're playing a video game, you might have different things going on with your character, or different, you use different tools with your character, or you pick a new character.
Yeah.
That's an interesting metaphor
and that's
too.
the power of using certain mantras of, when people are praying to Ganesha or Krishna or Saraswati and, Kali, it's nothing outside of themselves. It's bringing in that energy, that power within you to
archetypal
help you.
Energies.
Yes. So that is what you're kind of tuning into right now, is like, what in my life needs to change? What do I want to embody? What do I want to live my life like? What qualities do I want to share and exude and radiate with the people around me that can help me excel and achieve the things that I want to achieve while I'm here having this human experience? So that's something to take inventory right now of, and really think about, how would you want to change your life, and what are the qualities that you would want to embody to have that life happen for you? Because it is possible. Anything is possible. You just have to believe that you can embody that.
Yeah. How I like looking at it is thinking about, what are the 3 top qualities that my higher self embodies, and focusing on embodying those more in my life. So you can list out 3 things like courage or trust or, whatever. And then focus on bringing those more into your daily life, embodying those more.
Yeah.
And you can do it through so many ways. You can do it by using mantras, journaling about it, through simple daily practices.
I am affirmations.
Yes.
Right?
I am is the name of God.
Right.
Anything that you put after it is a decree that you're invoking the divine to co-create with you.
Which is really beautiful, because if you do your I am affirmations every day, eventually that talk, the chatter that you have in your mind are going to be those I ams. Like, you're going to hear, I am brilliant, I am radiant, I am luminous, I am intelligent.
Reprogramming your subconscious mind.
Yeah.
And your subconscious mind is also what beats your heart.
Exactly.
It's what does all the cellular work, all the cellular repair, all of that stuff. So you're actually reprogramming your subconscious mind, which does all those amazing things. Your subconscious mind grew your body.
Right.
Think about that. So you're reprogramming it with all of these positive things. And people say, like, I'm reading a lot of Dr. Joseph Murphy, he says the subconscious mind is God, basically. It's the God within. And the collective unconscious is that collective divine.
Right.
So when you're going into that subconscious and you're reprogramming it, you are allowing that divine within to fully blossom and fully express in your life. It's amazing.
Yeah, so you take your power back that you've given away from the projections of others or anything that
all the programs. We've picked up so many disharmonious, limiting programs throughout life, just existing in these societies. We've picked up things from our parents, picked up things from school. So a lot of people self-talk, even they're not even aware of it most of the time, is limiting self-talk. It's filled with fear, anxiety, worry, I'm not good enough, I can't, all of that stuff. So that's usually what's going on under the surface for people. So then if you consciously use positive, harmonious I am statements, you are overriding those programs and upgrading it. Right. And then your subconscious mind picks that up and it starts kicking that in.
So you have that positive affirmations. That's why they're
on
positive.
Autopilot.
Yes.
That's the most amazing thing. It kicks in on autopilot.
I love it. So sometimes, like, when I'm cooking or I'm just like laying in bed, or that inner chatter is like so beautiful. Yeah. And it's so transformative. And then once you do this enough, you do this regularly, you do it every day, you are transmuting those lower level energies. And you're weaving these higher possibilities just by affirming with the I am that I am.
And just to get a little bit into it, 90 to 95% of the time, like for most people, you're operating based in your subconsciousness. And most people are only operating out of their conscious mind about 5 to 10% of the time. So that means 90 to 95% is all those programs on autopilot. So you want to make sure that the programs that you're operating on are harmonious. And then you could get into the whole things where everything is decoded based upon your perceptions and beliefs, and then projected based upon your perceptions and beliefs. And holographic reality, how physical reality is really just a screen, it's a hologram that you're constantly projecting and decoding in this dynamic flux. And it's all based on subconscious beliefs and programs. So if you upgrade that, you're upgrading your beliefs, you're upgrading the way you decode reality, and you're upgrading what you're projecting into the screen of physical reality as well. Like, you could go as deep as you want with researching that, with quantum physics, holographic reality things, perceptions, the psychology of beliefs, all that stuff points towards that. It's an infinitely deep rabbit hole, but just know that when you upgrade your subconscious programs, everything in your life shifts automatically.
Yeah. You know, this always happens with us. We go on like these tangents. We were supposed to be saying tips on how to illuminate from the inside. This is all good.
It all helps.
Because I have other information. Somebody Tom Nocel, if you're watching this right now, you asked a question about not really understanding frequency in 432 hertz and whatnot. And I didn't have a chance to respond to you, so this is kind of a response to that right now. So much energy is coming in, and it does not really matter. Yes, the sacred bowls, the sacred tones, the gongs, like all the frequencies that you listen to, they're so activating, they're balancing. But when you learn that you are a divine instrument, and you are here to use this physical body and the emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies and unify as one at the highest level of being, everything that you generate in frequency is from within you, and you're expanding and radiating because you are connected to something that is much more powerful than you can even fathom. There's a generator of energy that is inside the heart space, and it activates your toroidal field. And once your toroidal field is activated, these bliss codes generate because you are embodying the highest versions of self when you are attuning every cell of your being into this frequency. And it is just by believing and affirming and making a choice that I am here to heal and communicate with every particle of my being, that you embody this elevation and vibration. See, everything is within ourselves. These tools, the sacred tones and the instruments that are made to help bring people into balance, it's kind of training wheels to get you into a harmonious state where you can explore. But once you have gotten into a deeper state of pure loving awareness and self-exploration, and you've gone within, you can be that own amplifier of frequency. You are in total control of how you decide. I know you want to say something. I can feel it. How you want to generate that energy. And then you are not dependent. You are not attached to anything outside yourself, because you are a walking embodied instrument of the divine. You are a pure conduit of holy light, a pure conduit of holy frequency, a pure conduit of source. And that is what we're all here to remember, is that we are holy beings having a human experience, and everything is generated within us. And it's just reconnecting our cells and our DNA to those higher aspects of self. And that is beyond this realm. Some of us have so many gifts from beyond this realm, but we can access that in the human body, which makes it super powerful. That makes you a superhuman being. And that is magic. So when we can remember our origins, our galactic origins, our angelic origins, our origins from beyond Earth, and embody that here in the physical vessel, that is pure bliss, that is pure abundance, that is pure miracles, that is heaven on earth. Right?
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. So this is the message that I want to share with all of you. Is it's generating it from within. It's illuminating and sparking that divine essence, that divine brilliance, that radiant light that just exudes from that heart, that toroidal space. And once you communicate and you decide how you want to live, what you want to embody, what you want to activate within you, those DNA and those cells light up and they're like, game on, we are ready. We are so glad that you made that higher choice to remember that you can be a super powerful human being here in a physical vessel and use all your gifts from beyond this realm, the angelic qualities, the galactic qualities, the holier, higher realms. And we're talking about beyond fifth dimension here. We're talking about 9th, 10th, 11th, okay? There is, all of this is in your DNA. Your DNA is a library, and you just need to turn it on. And in order to turn that on, you create an environment within yourself where you are generating that light, that health, that nutrition, that abundance within by loving yourself and communicating with yourself. Self-talk, conscious language. Okay, I know he wants to talk, so I'm gonna hand it over to him.
Yeah, the word source says so much.
Woo! I'm like lit right now from that.
The word source, because once you acquaint with the source within, then, like you said, you become the generator. You become the source of your happiness. You become the source of love. You become the source of health, the source of wealth. So everything that you desire, you realize that the source is within you, and you acquaint with that. And then there is no chasing, there is no attachment, there is no wants.
Right.
Because what most people do is they think that whatever they want is outside themselves. Oh, I need that car to be happy. I need that relationship to be happy. I need to travel the world to feel free. That is creating conditions for yourself. That you need the external world to be a certain way, to feel a certain way internally. And then you've trapped yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're creating it anyway. You're creating the external world anyway. It's a mirror of our internal state, but you're thinking that the screen, the holographic screen that you're projecting is the reality, and you think that that needs to determine this, and then you've entrapped yourself. But when you acquaint with the source within, you realize that you are the generator, so that I don't need to chase love. I don't need to chase health or abundance or anything like that. It's within me. I am the source. I am an aspect of the source, and I generate it from within. So then you move through the world from a place of health, from a place of freedom, from a place of love, and everything reflects that, and you're free. Because you don't need things to be a certain way. You operate from that place internally, and then as a result, the external world takes on those qualities that you're embodying. So it's evident and it's there the whole time. The internal world is the causative world, and the external world that you see is the projected movie screen. It's the effect. But you entrap yourself when you think that the external movie screen, the holographic reality that we're experiencing, when you think that's the cause and your internal state is the effect, you have made yourself a slave and you've entrapped yourself. So it's all about finding that source within and being that self-generating, perpetual love generator.
Yes, it's true, and everything internally starts to change when you activate your DNA and you turn all your cells on. And when I say turn all your cells on, I want you to envision every cell, every molecule of your being plumping with this golden crystalline light. I love that word, plumping, because that's a healthy, nourished cell. So here it's like you've got this cell right here, and it's plumped and it's nourished and it's golden and it's vibrant, just like trillions of little suns. Illuminating
as above, so below, as within, so without.
In your body, all these glorious suns coming alive and nourishing you, and then radiating forth. And when we don't give that nourishment, I want, think about the cell, the cell, and then all the poison and the toxins we put into our body and the negative thoughts, it starts to really make the cells shrink and they shrivel, and it's almost like crenated in a way. But when you have the power to drink high quality water, give your body the proper nutrients and positive affirmations with your mindset, so you're using your mind, you're using nutrition, you're using the environment of your house with crystals and plants and cleanliness and mantras and music, and you're creating this environment where your cells plump and they illuminate and they're happy and you're alive from the inside, and it starts to radiate out, and that is what generates these blissful states, these waves.
It's switching on that toroidal field that goes like this. So you start becoming, that's what the energy field looks like of someone who is source self-generating. It's going like this.
Right.
So you are projecting and blossoming. If you look at everything, even in nature, everything goes inside out. You know, seeds go like that. Trees grow like that. We grow like that. Everything is an inside-out process.
Yes.
But for some reason, we've been conditioned to think that everything is outside in.
Mm-hmm.
And that is such a lie. And it's out of harmony with how things work. And it creates limitation and fear. So it's all about tuning in to that heart space, to that source self through the portal of the heart. And when you do that, when you activate all this, that toroidal field starts really radiating, and you blossom and you become like a sun.
Right.
Where you're generating, you are generating that love power from within, from that heart space.
Yep. And everything internally starts to change. And what I wanted to talk about was how there's not, everything that you've been taught about the chakra systems is all changing. We're becoming unified. We're becoming this one big energy center where everything is just merging as one. And we did this last night. It's like turning it all on and illuminating it, and like just this, like these little movements are so activating.
And weaving it together in harmony instead of keeping things separate.
Wow, we really filled up with lots of information.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, you know, we kind of go on tangents, but
that's the magic of natural flow.
Yeah,
you know, if we were to go off of a script, it just wouldn't be. It wouldn't be the same, and it wouldn't be authentic.
Just be kind and gentle to yourself. That's another important message, is like self-love, okay? Self-care and letting go of people-pleasing and giving yourself the time to take warm baths, to take hot showers, to lay down and just integrate. Okay? This is the time for you to take care of you and serve you. Yep. Serving you first is so important, and it transforms you on a deeper level, because once you create that environment of self-love, you're going to attract beautiful partnerships, beautiful relationships and connections. But it all starts with self-love, because your interaction with others is dependent on, you know, kind of how much you actually love yourself.
Yeah, it's all a reflection of that. And trust that for all the people out there that want to always get stuff done, trust that when you do these self-love, self-care, self-nurturing practices, that you are enhancing your life automatically. Automatically, just by how you decode your reality, and you become more magnetic. And then every step, every bit of inspired action that you take from that place is amplified. It becomes like 100 times more effective than when you're in manic action and drained.
And another thing, it gives you time to cultivate space for new gifts. Like, for instance, I took my time off from doing my sound healing events and teaching my Shakti classes, because I've been integrating so many new offerings, and I'm creating the space within my body to receive that. And so when it's ready, it's like it's my little baby, it's in its gestation period. When it's ready, I will share that with the world, but there's no rush. There's no rush to prematurely do things. Everything is in flow right now. So if you're not using certain healing practices or certain gifts, if you stopped painting and you're focusing more on music, or if you stopped doing your yoga and you're focusing more on singing, you know, whatever it is, honor that, because you're going through a new up level in your life, and
trust that process.
And trust. And it's not that your other gifts, you're never going to use them again. You are going to come to a place where you merge all of them as one, and you create something really unique and beautiful to offer to the world. So trust the process and don't overwhelm yourself and just be. Just be in the moment.
Yep.
I think that's good.
That's a great place to end it.
Just be in the moment.
Yeah.
Much love and many blessings to all of you always. Thank you. Mwah.
Love.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was really fun.